What's up, culés? Welcome back to FC Barcelona Central. I am your host, Pedro, and the transfer market never sleeps when it comes to FC Barcelona. We have some absolutely shocking news as Deco hosts a surprise meeting with the agent of Xavi Simons. Will there be a return in the cards, even with all financial hurdles? Who knows? Plus, we have Ter Stegen saga continues to take a dramatic turn with a potential long-term injury that could solve many of our financial fair play issues. And speaking of the back room, a familiar face has officially upgraded his role, further straining our sporting department. This episode is packed with an exclusive insight on the Barcelona strategy move. So let's jump right into it. Guys, the news in Barcelona never stops, and today we have a surprising development. Our club is constantly scouting the market, always in the lookout for potential opportunities before powerful competitors can get ahead and securing their signings. However, the move that occurred yesterday in Barcelona was astonishing, and according to some Spanish newspaper, Deco met yesterday with the agent of Xavi Simons, Italian super agent Ali Barat, despite not being Siemens' official representative, held significant power in the Dutch player's decision. Alongside with Faustino Simons, the player's brother, Barat held a meeting lasting around 45 minutes at a city hotel. While Ali Barat doesn't directly represent Simon, he appeared to be alongside his brother at the same time that Xavi Simons wants to leave RB Leipzig and is maintaining contact with various clubs to explore his options. Simon has never hidden his desire to return to Barcelona at some point in his career, but he knows that it will be difficult right now. It is worth noting that Barat currently is on a tour across Europe, meeting with several sporting directors from major team to stay updated on the transfer market and outlining a potential operations that the players he seems to represent. So, considering that the Blaugrana club economic situation, the operation for Siemens seems extremely complicated, although is the main topic discussed in the meetings. His price as of today is completely unaffordable, especially considering Hansi Flick's recent statements about the overbooking in the midfielding position. Therefore, was truly a scouting mission to inquire the player's situation and the initial contact with his agent, with the objective of keeping tabs on the market. Simon has a market value of 70 million euros and has made it clear to his closest circle that his intention of leaving Leipzig this summer. The Dutchman has interesting offers from England, and despite his long-standing desire to return to Barca, the possibility of this happening is very small right now. But you never know in the world of football and the transfer market. Okay, cool. If this is massive, we have some development that could completely reshape Barcelona's current situation. The possible visit to the operation room for Marc-Andre Ter Stegen would drastically change the scenario for FC Barcelona. An absence for the German goalkeeper for a period of more than 4 months would trigger a series of consequences that will directly impact our current situation and sporting planning. According to an estimate from an absent ranging for 4 to 6 months, Barca will activate an immediate suspension on his federative license. This measure will have severe direct repercussions on the club's management. For starters, it will immediately clear all the doubts on the registration of the new reinforcements for the current season. Furthermore, it will also directly impact the 1-1 rule fair play that will allow Barcelona to sign players regularly. Ter Stegen has a contract until 2028, and his salary is one of the highest on the squad, estimated around 60 million euros this season alone. The club have been trying every possible means to reduce this amount by encouraging of a market exit. The moment this clause or this license is suspended, whatever it is called, a volume of salary amounts will be freed up, which will easily enable the registration of Joan Garcia and potentially another reinforcement, provided it doesn't involve a crazy cost. According to Article 77 of the Budget Elaboration Regulation, Barca will be able to receive 80% of Ter Stegen's salary. The German's absence could also facilitate a push for the club to adjust its account and enter the desired 1-1 rule to operate with greater openness in the market. This is the new for Barcelona. Unfortunately, last season, Christensen suffered a significant injury that kept him out for several months, only reappearing at the final stretch of the season. The Danish defender absent allowed the vital registration of Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, which had caused multiple problems throughout the season and was finally resolved. The Ter Stegen situation remains an enigma. He has not stepped onto the field with the rest of his teammates for the fourth consecutive day, with his future at Barcelona up in the air after the arrival of Joan Garcia and a famous talk with Flick confirming that he's no longer in the starting squad. This discomfort is preventing him from being training with his team normally. This has caused a stir on social media, and there is no official medical report, leading to speculations about what's happening with the German goalkeeper. This Thursday, the Twitch channel Gigantes shed some light on the situation, stating that the goalkeeper could undergo surgery to solve some of his backup problems. The outlet highlighted that the German is evaluating this option, which would leave him out of action for several months and allow Barcelona to take advantage of his absence to gain space in the financial fair play, just as the club did last year with, like I mentioned, the Christensen injury. With that salary margin, the Blaugrana club will have room to maneuver to register Joan Garcia and could even have more space for other additions. We'll have to see if Barca offers any information about this situation, but as for now, there's no official confirmation that Ter Stegen is suffering from any injury. Ter Stegen underwent back surgery on his disc hernia late 2023. Keeping him out for a few months. This time the stakes are even higher and the implications for our transfer strategy are massive. This is not going to be the last time we speak about Marc-Andre Ter Stegen and his so complicated situation. Now, the economic situation at FC Barcelona continued to improve, but it's not ideal, at least concerning the one famous 1-1 rule fair play. Barca has cash and has definitely made it clear a few weeks ago when they tried everything to get ready to pay for Nico Williams' release clause, but we're still working to reach the 1-1 rule, something that we expect to achieve in August. Then we have to generate some space in our salary mass to register new additions after that, and that's the hardest part. But Hansi Flick is fully aware of the situation and understands it perfectly. Therefore, he's clear that there will be a few changes in the squad that won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup last season, a group to which he was very satisfied. The German already has a new player in Joan Garcia, whose signing was a market opportunity agreed upon in all club level. He knows that it will be difficult to reinforce the fullback position and is very content with that. Koundé is an undisputed right back, and Eddie Garcia showed in the final part of the season that he can cover this position as a backup. On the left, we have Alejandro Balde, Gerard Martin, and another Masia player, Jofre Torrens, who are doing all the preseason. Flick, however, continues to ask for the reinforcements on the attacking front, especially of a left wing. We know that Ansu Fati left and Pau Victor is expected to leave the club. This leaves Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. Although Fermin can also play this attacking position, has also can Dani Olmo. The German coach could also rely on La Masia, but he wants a dedicated reinforcement on the left wing of the attack. He approved of the arrival of Nico Williams when the Spanish international offered himself to Barcelona and was disappointed when Nico decided to renew with Athletic Bilbao. He told our sporting director to keep looking. In this regard, Luis Diaz remains a top target for Deco, although his arrival continues to be complicated, and we know there's competition here from Bayern Munich. And Liverpool for now continues to refuse to negotiate. If they do, they won't sell for less than 70 to 80 million. Now, Marcus Rashford remains plan B in our back pocket. The Englishman has no place in the Manchester United squad, and for now, he only wants to play for Barcelona and is willing to wait for the club. The forecast for that reinforcement that the Flick want will not arrive until August, as Barcelona prefers to wait to have some clear picture on our available financial fair play. The German will have to be patient, but apparently, and it's for sure, the reinforcement will arrive. Now, some fantastic news coming from behind the scenes. FC Barcelona has now two qualified sporting directors on the payroll. In the summer of 2023, Deco officially joined Barcelona's sporting structure with the title. But now, Bojan Kirk, who joined the sporting commission that same year, has now earned his diploma in this area. Thus, the Blaugrana entity now boasts of two highly qualified individuals to serve as sporting director. The former Barca player, Bojan Kirk, has successfully completed the Superior Course of Football Sporting Director, taught by the Royal Spanish Football Federation in collaboration with the Center of Sports Studies of King Juan Carlos University. Other figures like this that have this degree are Juan Pablo Sorin and Virginia Torresila also participated. This achievement earns him a title that certified him as a sporting director. Maybe I should take this course. It doesn't seem to be very long. It is worth remembering that immediately after retiring from football, Bojan decided to follow his father's footsteps, who had been working in Barcelona in the scouting team. Bojan joins the club as a sporting commission, which currently consists of Bojan himself, President Joan Laporta, Vice President Rafa Juste, Director responsibly for the youth football Joan Soler, and Presidential Advisor Enric Masip. Also, Deco has a sporting director. Since his arrival, he assumed the role of being the link between La Masia players and other young talent rising to the first team. However, he also became Deco's right-hand person and was key on the signing of Hansi Flick after a meeting with the coach in London. The course consists of 10 in-person sessions from January 27th to May 5th. Throughout this training, Bojan had the opportunity to acquire knowledge and skills in areas such as competency, institutional, legal, financial, communications, marketing, and public relations, and also new technologies. This is a new fantastic news for the club and the strategic planning for the future. Again, maybe I should take this course. This is pretty interesting. That would be a pretty good sporting director, in my opinion. That is all, folks, for today's episode from the shocking meeting of Xavi Simon's agent and the dramatic implication of Ter Stegen's potential long-term injury to Hansi Flick patients waiting for a new winger. The developments keep coming and keep coming. I want to know what are your thoughts or ideas on the potential return of Xavi Simons. Do you think the Ter Stegen situation will ultimately play out in favor for us in this whole financial fair play? Please let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And for all breaking news and analysis and updates on this thrilling transfer window, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Until next time, and Visca Barça!